Welcome back to Spotlight. It is March. Selection Sunday's right around the corner. The madness is upon us. Looking at Jerry Palm's last four in, first four out. As it stands right now, we got San Diego State, Oklahoma, Ohio State, and Boise State as the last four in. We have Xavier, North Carolina, Nebraska, and Wake Forest as the first four out. Gary Parrish joining us now on Spotlight. Let's break this down. Last night, Ohio State outlasted Nebraska in a double bubble matchup. Speaking of double, it was double OT. It was a late night. It was a thriller, but, you know, Buckeyes getting it done, lifting their season 17-13 on the year, 9-10 in Big Ten play. That slips them, as we just saw, to the last floor, and one regular season game to go. Can they hold on to that spot in the tourney?
I think so. They shot 53% from the field last night, took advantage of a Nebraska team that has been struggling, both broadly speaking and also on the defensive end of the court. That's why Nebraska now finds itself, according to Jerry Palm, first four out. They've lost four straight in 5 of their past 6. As for Ohio State, Jenny, they've got another opportunity to add another big win that can enhance the resume this weekend, because they close the regular season on Saturday inside Assembly Hall at Indiana. That's going to be another double bubble game, because Indiana finds itself on the could make it, could miss it, place that so many teams are entering this final week of the regular season with. So ultimately, to answer your question directly, yes, I think Ohio State can hold on to its place in the bracket, but it would be beneficial, big help to go ahead and knock this out on Saturday and add another quadrant 1 win on the road.
And that one will be on CBS, so tune in for that tonight on CBS Sports Network, where you're watching us right now. Xavier currently a first team out, traveling to Butler. I saw a headline that I loved. It said, Xavier can ruin senior night, Butler can ruin Xavier's season. So which is going to happen? Which way are we going?
I think Xavier ruins the senior night, but as always, we'll see. But it's a big game. I can't wait to get in studio. I'll be there all night. We've got a doubleheader, and then 2 episodes of Inside College Basketball, one at 6:30 Eastern, and then one will recap the night after our doubleheader. Xavier right now, first four out. They've gotten back into tournament position with a 5-game winning streak. Zach Fremantle has been mostly great throughout it. 23 points in a win over Creighton, got 23 points in a win over Providence. But the truth is, Jenny, they can't help themselves by winning tonight as much as they can hurt themselves by losing. They're going to be favored in their final 2 games of the regular season. Xavier is first tonight against Butler on the road, then at home against Providence. Neither win is going to enhance the resume enough to make anybody pay any more attention than they're already paying, but a loss would really push you in the wrong direction. So simply put, Xavier needs to take this 5-game winning streak and turn it into a 7-game winning streak before the Big East tournament gets started, because if they don't, they're going to have a lot of work to do inside Madison Square Garden.
That game tipping off at 7 p.m. You mentioned a doubleheader. Following that, Davidson at Loyola Chicago at 9 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. We'll be watching you later tonight. All right, we also have a battle of the 2 seeds this evening. So number 5, Florida, number 7, Alabama. Bama trying to bounce back after losing to Tennessee at the buzzer. Now, Florida lost to Georgia, but dominated A&M. If Florida wins, do you think they get back to that 1 line? What about Bama? If they win, what would a win do for them? Break it down for us.
I think both things are contingent on what Tennessee does. The Vols are at Ole Miss tonight, and right now they're projected as the 4th number 1 seed, according to Jerry Palm, and frankly, according to me as well. I would have it at this point, Auburn, Duke, Houston, and Tennessee as the 4 number 1 seeds. If Tennessee picks up a quadrant 1 win at Ole Miss, I think Tennessee maintains that 4th number 1. But let's just, for the sake of the conversation, say that Ole Miss beats Tennessee and Tennessee takes a loss in Oxford. Suddenly, I do think, Jenny, the winner of this Florida-Alabama game probably moves into the number 1 seed conversation. Simply put, Florida and Alabama have very similar resumes. Florida 6-4 in quadrant 1. That's a 60% winning percentage. Alabama 9-6 in quadrant 1. Also a 60% winning percentage. So whichever team wins this game tonight takes the lead between each other. And if Tennessee slips up, absolutely, the winner of Florida-Alabama, I believe, is the 4th number 1 seed when we wake up on Thursday morning.
No pressure there. We also have a ranked unranked in the Big Ten, Maryland, Michigan. Maryland coming off a dub against Penn State. The Wolverines trying to bounce back after losing to Illinois. So Big Ten tournament seeding on the line. Who needs this one more?
I think Michigan probably does, just because people have already been skeptical of their league record, and the league record is terrific, but they have won an unusual amount of games by very small margins. And Jenny, you'll remember when people talked about the Kansas City Chiefs during this past NFL season, that is the thing they continuously noted. Sure, the record is great. The wins are wonderful, but there are a lot of wins by small margins, and theoretically those could flip into losses. Maybe the team isn't as good as the record indicates. This is the type of thing people have been saying about Michigan. And then when you go out and lose your most recent game by double digits to an Illinois team that's been up and down, then those questions just become even louder than they were. You're at home. You're supposed to knock this out. Let's see if they do. But Maryland is obviously a formidable opponent and has a lot of stuff to play for as well. You might notice Maryland's 13th in the AP poll, but just a 7 seed in the bracket, according to Jerry Palm. That's a big discrepancy. So Maryland fans, I know, are wondering why. The answer is in the resume. They're just 6-6 in quadrant one. Strength of record is only 25th in the country. Wins above bubble is only 27th in the country. Derek Queen has been great, one of the best freshmen in the country. But Maryland's AP ranking does not match its resume right now. And so if Maryland is going to try to get those two numbers more in line, then picking up a quadrant one win on the road would obviously be helpful.
Man, it is a fun time of year. Gary Parrish with the latest in college hoops. Have fun tonight. We'll be watching those games on CBS Sports Network. We only got 11 days until Selection Sunday. That's happening on March 16th at 6 p.m. Eastern. Every game matters. We'll have you updated every single day here on Spotlight and, of course, on CBS Sports HQ.